What is a Grodd?
I don't think it's a coincidence that this gorilla shows up at the very same time we're looking for Wells.
Wells ordered Grodd to come after us.
If I hadn't seen Jurassic Park, I wouldn't be nearly as frightened right now.
All new next Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Hey, what's going on YouTube, Marvel DC Bros? We hope you guys enjoyed the promo for next week's episode, and here's our Flash episode 20 review.
Our first big moment of the night was, what did y'all think of their big plan to finally catch Dr. Wells? Oh wait, sorry. Oop. I really liked that scene. It was getting really suspenseful. We missed the first 5 minutes of it because the CW was messing up. I don't know. Apparently it happened to a lot of people. So we missed the beginning of it, but we really liked their plan. Don't know what happened in the first 5 minutes. I don't know if they had anything to do with that, but we really liked everything that they had to do to set up and how Dr. Wells was one step ahead of them. That was awesome.
I personally loved that scene. I mean, everything just came together so nicely. Everything that's been happening this season basically was torn apart in a matter of, the 45 minutes that they had allotted to it. And I really loved that scene, and it kicked off the episode really well. Our next moment was the flashbacks of the night I don't know how long it was, but when Barry was in the hospital and they were all waiting. I really liked that scene because it kind of showed everyone that Joe really was skeptical of Dr. Wells at first, and that Dr. Wells has really had his sights set on Barry the whole entire time. I mean, I really liked Iris when she touched him, she felt the lightning from Barry, and Joe just kind of being there showed how much he really cares for Barry. But what I really liked was Dr. Wells showing that if he wanted to, he could have killed Barry right then and there, and just how close they had actually become. Wells wasn't acting the whole time of hating Barry, because he really did like him throughout times.
I really like that scene as well. The Dr. Wells thing, he's always been interested in Barry. I really like that, but my favorite part about it was Barry and Iris. I thought I definitely shipped them, and I think they're great together. So I really liked how you could really see them connect, and how even though he was unconscious, Iris still had feelings for him, so I liked that. Our next moment was, what did y'all think of Eddie proposing to Iris? I think they're cute together, but I didn't like it because, I want her and Barry to get together, and I think if they get engaged even, that would put a damper on things. I did, however, like how he asked Joe to marry Iris. I really liked that. I thought that showed, Eddie has good character and good morals, so I like that, but I just didn't like the whole, in general, him asking her to marry him.
I disliked the scene because I also didn't like Eddie wanting to actually propose to her. I mean, even though we all know that Barry and Iris end up, and pretty much everybody that is in the show knows that they end up because they saw the newspaper, I really disliked it just because Eddie was going to ask. But I liked everything that happened because now, Joe told Barry that Iris likes him, so I think that they're actually going to start to date, and I really liked that scene. So,
our next moment is, what did y'all think of when Cisco put on those glasses and fell asleep and kind of went to that day he died? I really enjoyed that scene, not because, Cisco went back and almost died again, but I just think the technology and everything behind it was just amazing, and it helps them lead into their little trap that they wanted to set for him, and so I just really liked it.
I really liked this scene too. It reminded me a lot of Inception, so it was kind of like Flash Inception, but I really liked how he saw everything that happened that night, and it really just reaffirmed everyone that, yeah, he is, Dr. Wells is the Reverse Flash, and so that's why I liked it. It confirmed everyone's opinion about him. Our last moment for the night is, I am Eobard Thawne. I loved this scene so much. Everybody knows, well, except for Iris, that Dr. Wells is actually Eobard Thawne and he is from the future. When he stole Eddie at the end and he showed Eddie, when he took his mask off and told Eddie that he was a Thawne, it really was a crazy scene. It was the craziest scene of the season, in my opinion. It was just, Eddie basically freaked out. He was like, Thawne? We're related? That was so cool. He was like, that's why you didn't kill me that night. It was a perfect ending to the episode, and I don't think they could have ended it any better.
I agree. I really liked how they ended the episode with that kind of opened an Easter egg or whatever, and I liked the scene. It was well made and had a lot to it, and when he was figured out that he was a Thawne as well, it was just crazy. It's great acting. But another thing, this isn't really a scene that we're adding, but what'd y'all think of when Iris found out Barry was the Flash? Like, how did she figure that out? I liked that scene. It was awesome, but I just have no idea how she figured it out. She just kind of she just knew, and his face was moving really quickly, and his voice was changed. Just true love right there. She knew it was him.
Yeah, I really liked that scene too because it left a lot of things open for the next episode too because, they just touched each other and she was like, wait, Barry? And then that was all of Iris for the rest of the episode. Even though it was almost the end, it was still really cool.
Next, we're going to talk about our final thoughts of the episode overall. I gave this one a thumbs up. This one was hands down one of my favorite episodes of Flash. It just had so much into it. I mean, there wasn't really much action per se, but I just loved everything, all the little details and Easter eggs you found throughout the episode. I really liked it, so that got an A for me.
I also give it a thumbs up. I probably give it about a 92. It was by far the best episode of the season. And, I mean, if they're not already going downhill, so to, using a roller coaster reference, they are about to next week because everything it's already reached the climax and they can only go down from here. Not in a, the episodes are going to be bad. They're going to be so crazy. So I just can't wait, and it just makes me so excited for next week. So that's why I gave it the grade I did. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and remember to subscribe and hit the like button, and also don't be afraid to comment down below. And this has been Marvel DC Bros, signing out.